Hey there, Capricorn. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to go ahead and do a reading for you for the month of March 2024. This is a general reading for March 2024. This may or may not resonate with every Capricorn. Feel free to check out your other signs and placements. If you're new here and you like the way I read, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment. And if anybody is seeking out a personal reading, go ahead and contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com and I will get back to you soon. All right, Capricorn. So your overall energy this month is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is an interesting energy just because it can talk often about needing to be fair, needing to be open to listening to others, not jumping to conclusions, kind of knowing when to hold your tongue rather than lash out. Yeah. So let's see how this plays out here. Your oracle energy is building blocks. Building blocks is a nice energy. It does talk about your foundations within your connections, your job, whatever it may be. This can talk about every relationship that you have is essentially a work in progress. It's a continuum. And it deserves your energy to create something very positive within it. And so here it's almost as if with that Five of Swords, we're kind of in a phase in ourselves or in our connections where we might be needing to look at things in a deeper way. Does it offer you the stable building blocks that you want to build on? Is this something that you feel that you can build upon? So when it comes to your approach this month, your direction, how you apply yourself, action energy, you have the Queen of Wands. This is Leo, Aries, Sagittarian energy. But this is very much about knowing what to do and getting it done. This is somebody that knows their worth, they know their value, and they know the direction that they are moving towards. With that Five of Swords energy, though, some of you may be, yes, you may know the direction you want to go, but some of you may be kind of like agitated. Maybe you're a little bit annoyed. Maybe your approach needs to be calmed down a little bit, just because I feel here with this energy, Capricorn, it's almost as if you might be like engaging others or operating under a level of annoyance that might be brought on by your perception of other people's incompetence or the incompetence of a business or whatever it may be, but it feels like you're very quick to judge. And that might start to become problematic for your connections. And we want to make sure that you have good opportunities with the people in your life. So let's not get too aggressive towards them at this time. In regard to communications going on for you, Capricorn, you have the Emperor. This is Aries energy. This is very stable. It's very much about job oriented. It's very much about, the provider, the one that takes care of everything. This is somebody that, runs their business. They are the CEO. They are the father, the grandfather. That's very masculine, stable energy. You may be communicating with other people in that way. For some of you, this may also be you communicating to a masculine energy in your life, a father, a grandfather, uncle. But I do want to say for some of you, I feel like this is more so of a nod to be a little bit more playful when it comes to how you communicate with people, because I really do feel like there's kind of like your mindset in things is like you know best, and you very well may know best. But I feel the delivery that you are creating with people or the way that you're communicating with people might be to cut them down. Or maybe people are cutting you down, and that's not what we want here, okay? So yes, you will achieve your goals, but also who are you stepping on the way to get there? It's not about stepping on people. It's about creating situations that flourish, right? If we have people that work under us, employees, whatever it is, we want to have a good foundation with them, not be the boss that's a pain in the butt, or cold, or asking too much of people. So when it comes to your health, you have the Fool. This is good news. It's opportunities to move forward into a different direction when it, if you've had any worry about your health, It's kind of like a clean bill of health. This also may be a new direction to try something different in your life at this time. Some of you may be getting away from synthetic things, I want to say. Ooh, what is that? Okay, so some of you may be getting away from synthetic things. Some of you may be getting away from things that are, it's like name brand stuff. It's like you're simplifying things. So like, why am I wanting to like, it's like hard to talk about. So, okay, so perfect example. So in America, if you check out the ingredients on most of our foods, you're going to see like 1,000,000,001 different chemicals that you can't even pronounce, and dyes and, different colorants. If you look at the exact same product in the UK or somewhere else in the world, it's like a third of those ingredients and it's just the basics. And so it's almost as if like here we're being mindful about like getting synthetic poisonous toxins away from us and out of our body, out of our environment. I feel very... So some of you may be dealing with breathing issues. I don't know if this is chemical connected. Mold connected, chemical connected, some sort of like desiccant, pet, what is that thing? Pest control. Some of you may be dealing with something like that, so it's like you're trying to simplify it as easily as possible with as many natural things as possible. Okay, that's enough there. I'm going to stop there. Okay. Either way, health. You're working on having good health. Some of you have great health and you're continuing that trend. For those of you with your job, your work situations, you have the Ace of Wands here, Capricorn. The Ace of Wands, some of you may also need to get like dehumidifiers or like, what are those things that like they clean the air, ionizers? I don't know. That's coming up here. And here we've got this thing dusting. So yeah, there may be like some sort of connection between dust and like residue that's getting into us or on us or something, because it's not just about dust. It might be also something about like chemicals in the dust or like some sort of mold spores in the dust. Be mindful of that kind of stuff. I'm just very, very clearly getting that. So it may be in the building blocks of your home. It's like I can't get a full breath. Okay. All right. As far as your finances go, Ace of Wands, this is new beginnings, new opportunities. This is about getting excited about the things that you want to engage in. For some of you, literally, you're going to be dusting off old ideas so that you can start new things in them. For those of you, too, that work for people, I want to say, like, be mindful to try not to take everything that is presented to you as a critique in a negative light. It's not about letting our emotions and our feelings get the best of us. It's about accepting certain information that comes towards us in a way that is constructive, okay? And what's that term? Water off a duck's back. For some of you, you may have to kind of deal with that kind of energy. It's like water off a duck's back. You may get some sort of communication that is not the nicest, or maybe you feel like it could have been more constructive rather than pointed. It's asking you to just move forward, knowing that knowledge and moving forward without attaching to it, okay? But either way, feels like a lot of you are having new opportunities to create some sort of new endeavor. Some of you are going to be learning more about your job, learning more about different positions that you actually might want to go into. Especially too, I do want to say here, if you're finding your current work situation unsatisfactory, yeah, you might want to check out other things, educate yourself about new opportunities in your life here, Capricorn, or to be in your life. You have your energy, Capricorn energy, for your love and romantic connections. This can also be family connections, friend connections, any relationship that is prominent in your life. And if it makes sense, go for it. For those of you in relationships, Capricorn, it feels like some of you need to be mindful about people, your partner, or it could be your own energy, if we are dealing with a partner that wants us to conform to a certain type of body shape, or they want us to look a certain way, cut our hair, bleach it blonde, like look a certain little bit more like this. Why don't you wear makeup? Why do you wear so much makeup? Like, it's kind of like a harsh critique on not accepting who you are and how you are. It's almost like constantly trying to like make you be something that you're not, dress different, wear something different. That's not fair. And so if you are dealing with somebody like that, it's asking you to be very, very clear on having boundaries, okay? Because that kind of stuff really derails relationships. And if that person, that partnership, if that is who you're with, it's very difficult to get on with that, just because this person almost sees their opinion as most important, rather than you also being of importance and having your own opinions and your own decisions and how you go about running your life. It's almost as if this person kind of dictates towards you. Be mindful of that. For those of you who are single, you may be dealing with situations where you're coming across people, if you're dating, where you might want to pay attention to the red flags. That's what I want to say here. You might want to pay attention to the red flags. These would be very quick. You would notice them quicker than not. I feel that it's almost like the mask drops very quickly, is how I want to present that to you. And you can see kind of like the real stuff going on behind the mask very quickly early on in a situation, Capricorn. How do I say? Most feel for some of you too, you may be engaging with situations where people are a little bit more so persistent on, I don't want to say like pushers, but like people who kind of encourage bad behavior, or, they may like, when people are doing stupid stuff in their life and then like they make it seem like you're the one that's like lame or a square because you're not doing that, but it's really just to make them be okay with what they're doing. I feel you need to have some sort of discernment here, Capricorn singles, and be very mindful about who you're engaging with right now, just because we're really trying not to what's the word? Not appease. It's where you also like do the same thing. You ignore who you are, what you want, and you just start. It's kind of like that group mentality, or it's almost like where you're really impressionable and you just kind of start going with the trend or the flow of what everybody wants to do. And especially if it's somebody that's toxic, it would be problematic for you. Okay. I also do want to say here that some of you may be dealing with situations where you're how do I say that? Hang on. It's like by you trying to accommodate more than one energy at a time. So say you're trying to like date a bunch of people, or two people at once, three people at once. It's kind of telling me that your attention is not actually like effective because you're almost like too scattered with their energies. And I feel like there is a energy where you need to be more so just with yourself and one person, rather than like trying to juggle too many things at once. I feel here that also infringes on your rest and your physical recuperation for some reason. I don't know what's going on with your health, any of you guys. I'm sure you're probably fine, but for somebody here, I feel like there's needing to deal with either exhaustion or like some sort of respiratory, some sort of like blood saturation. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to go too deeply into that, Capricorn. I'm a medical intuitive, but it's different, and I'm not going to get into that kind of stuff. Yeah, so these are general readings, but if any of that resonated, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you want a personal reading, go ahead and contact me at thealtruisticmystic@gmail.com. And also, as far as like personal readings and medical intuition, I don't do that. I don't do that. I will, yeah, I don't do that. So for the public, I can't. I'm not a doctor. And if you need help from a doctor, seek out a doctor, okay? Take care, you guys. Bye.